City Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning up PoGo City Radio. I'm Andrew, she's Jessica, and you are listening to some new One-Sided. Look it up. All right, One-Sided right there, and got a record coming out soon, The Split with the Parasitics, and definitely a little late with it, but you guys can still pre-order with it at pogocity.shop. I am Andrew. This is Rude Girl Jess.
How's it going, Pogo Land? It's been a minute
since you've been on.
Yeah.
Well, you've been making some cameo appearances here and there. You popped in when Renee was there recently.
Yes, I would make
show.
some interruptions.
Yes,
I would interrupt.
Going to be more organized than
more organized this time.
But you were on the show all the time back in the day.
I am an OG.
OG. Yes.
I am the original.
But as
of one of the founders
co-host.
of
Yes, not guests.
PoGo.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a co-host.
A founding member. I think that's what you're looking for.
Both of us.
But we were trying to say there, the Parasitics, this is their new full length. You can get it on CD, or you can get the 12-inch vinyl version. They're out on Violated Records. But PoGo City Records is, this album is called No End in Sight, by the way, the full length. But PoGo City Records putting out a split with One-Sided, who you just heard, excuse me.
English, motherfucker, you speak it.
Yeah, but One-Sided, who you just heard, you guys can pre-order the 7-inch at pogocity.shop. And we don't have a release date yet. It is being pressed by United Records Pressings. And hopefully we'll have a date sometime soon. But if you guys pre-order, you'll get some cool stickers and pins that Rob from Dead End Generation designs. And go give Rob a follow on Facebook, Dead End Generation Designs. Rob Sanchez.
He's real good.
That is not his real name.
No.
But
he's a real good artist.
It is funny though how when people put a name on Facebook,
I know.
people then think it is their name. I remember someone, I don't remember who it was, but they made some clever fake name recently on my friends list, and they said I drunkenly changed my name to whatever last night, and he said now on Facebook, and he said now it's only a matter of time before people start thinking my name is actually whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember people coming up to you asking you what ethnicity Bedlam is.
Oh yeah, even John in Florida. Even John.
Yeah, John. Shout out to John.
The No Topic Straight Talk. So many people. Cashel has asked me that. What nationality is Bedlam? Bedlam's that's
chaos
Italian?
And disorder.
Oh, it's like Bedlam's
it's a
Italian?
chaos and disorder ethnicity.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Especially
it's a punk ethnicity.
Yeah, so punk ethnicity. There you go. But thanks for hanging out with us. We're just chilling. But today we're gonna do some fun stuff. We're gonna play some more music in just a bit. A couple of tracks. But we're gonna be talking about some cool stuff. We were I guess we'll briefly talk about it before we play. But a while ago, on one of the New Year's episode, the crew, the gang, the PoGo crew, we all exchanged gifts, and I gave everyone a copy of Archie Meets Ramones, the comic book, and then I went and bought every cover for myself, and it's hanging in the bedroom.
Awesome.
And I gave you
comic.
a copy of like, it's like Rocket to Russia, or maybe the first album.
Yeah.
Both those album covers are similar, but it's like a recreation of it. And you were reflipping through it today. But tell them about the comic book for people who haven't heard.
Well, so they go to this like battle of the bands type thing.
Back to the Future, though. They go back in a time.
Then they go they end up listening to a record of the Ramones from Archie's. Or it was Archie's dad's or something.
Someone's dad.
It was someone's dad's.
Gives them a copy of the first LP.
They listen to it and they end up going back in time, and it's just really cool. They end up like meeting the Ramones.
And Max
the Ramones
is
are like,
Kansas
"How
City.
do you know us?" And
because it's
and
76, so the Ramones album is just
and
come
they're
out,
like,
but they're not
shit,
famous.
It's the Ramones. You know what I
And
mean?
they're like, "You've heard of us? Are you from Queens?"
Yeah. Are you from Queens?
The
No.
artwork is awesome.
Not in Kansas anymore.
yeah. It's like an Archie series, so it's like the official. I should go
Great.
grab one of the copies. But
Yeah,
they did a whole bunch of different copies,
here.
a whole bunch of different covers. I even have one of the Spanish translation ones because it has a different cover.
Yeah.
I think, what do I have,
awesome.
5 of them, right?
Yeah.
So there's a
5.
Rock and Roll High School
5.
cover. There's one that like replicates Rock and Roll High School. There's one that replicates the first album. There's a drawing for a Comic-Con version of like, it's supposed to be a close-up of like Johnny Ramone as one of the Archies. And then the Spanish one is a clip of the band playing at the Ramones playing at the Battle of the Bands. And I'm trying to think of what the last cover is. I don't know. But it's real cool. Look it up on Google if you want. But we were thinking...
It's a sick comic, though.
It's Archie in general, and there's lots of Archie meets. I think there's Archie meets the Rolling Stones. It's real cool that they got...
We got stoned, and we were talking...
Of course, the Ramones.
We were talking about... Our situations.
Our time machines.
Like what we would do if we went back in time. So you go.
Punk rock time machine. I thought you were going to go first.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
What will you do?
I guess ladies first. I thought that was you, though.
Oh!
Okay. So, if I were to go back in time, I would probably go to Cleveland, or not Cleveland. Yeah. Is it Cleveland? Cleveland, Ohio, where the Dead Boys are from, so that I could be in the band and, go with them to New York City and meet the Dolls and fucking hang out with Johnny Thunders and
hell yeah,
just have the fucking time of my life.
That's cool. Hell yeah, I know the Dead Boys actually stole a van to drive from Cleveland.
For real, they
to
did.
CBGB's
They stole it to CBGB's.
To meet Hilly.
Yes.
Hilly Crystal, the owner. And it's pretty awesome.
I think that's badass, and I'm sorry that makes them 10 times hotter. They're not good looking, but they become good looking.
I guess Stiv could have been good looking. Though. You don't think so
he's
at all?
Skinny.
I thought you liked them skinny, scrawny little white boys.
Not with the Adam's apple that comes out further than his nose.
He was just too anorexic for you.
It was a little bad.
A whole 90
he would
pounds.
He needs to put whole 90 pounds
on. He did have meat on his chest. He was trying to put meat on. If you look at those old CBGB videos with them, like safety pinning baloney, with them safe pinning baloney into their shirts and everything. But also, so we'll get back to the punk rock time machine, but this is also making me think of that CBGB's movies. Now I know a lot of people talk shit on it for some reason, but I love it. It's got what's his name? The dude from Harry Potter, and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the bad guy, the sheriff, but he's Hilly Crystal in it.
I can't think of his name.
It's on the tip of my tongue. We'll have to look it up. Pull it up on Google. Just look up CBGB's, the movie, and he'll come up. But that movie was awesome, dude. I was so excited when it was coming out, and I remember seeing like the cast, and they were trying to make it look like the people. So there is some of like the more commercial stuff in there, but a major part of it is the Ramones and the Dead Boys. The whole movie, it's really like a Dead Boys movie. It's fucking awesome.
Because
it's all behind the scenes.
The Dead Boys basically were like one of the first bands. It was
real. They have the very first one with television, and then it moves moves into the
Yeah.
Ramones, but then Hilly
it shows
Crystal, Hilly Crystal starts managing the Dead Boys, and that almost ruins and bankrupts CBGB's because the the Dead Boys are basically a band full of Sid Viciouses, you know what I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
in America, and
Exactly.
but in my punk rock
But
time
real
machine.
Sid Vicious
Now,
is like
yeah.
just
I-
wasted assholes everywhere.
But Sid Vicious's, death anniversary it was the day he died, or that was his birthday recently? I think it was his birthday,
It was
actually. This
his
past week.
birthday.
Did
I
you
think.
find out the actor from CBGB's,
I'm looking.
what his name is?
Is it Randall Miller
No.
or Brad Rosenberger?
No. Come on. Let me see.
Hold on.
All right, we're looking at
Hold
the
on.
movie. All right,
Hold
but
on.
yeah.
I'm right
but-
here.
What's his
Hold on.
name?
Here is it
Alec Rickman. Alan
Rick-
Rickman.
Alan
Rickman. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, he was in Harry Potter and all that. And Renee is screaming at the radio or her cell phone right now at
Yeah,
me. She
sorry,
was hating so much
Renee.
because I went to Universal with Renee, and like we missed this one part of Harry Potter, and me and Jess then went and did it, and I sent her a picture. She was like, "Fuck you! You don't even know the names of this shit." And here I am. I'm like the guy from Harry Potter. But anyway, back to my punk rock time machine. Now, I would love to go to 70s New York, as you said, but I'm not going to go with the same thing, of course. So I think what I'm going to go is I'm going to go across the pond, and I'm going to go a few years later, and I'm going to go like 79 through 82, and I'm going to be partying and
It's because of the
pogoing.
chicks. Huh?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
the style. I knew
no,
it.
that's not what. But I'm gonna be pogoing and partying with Waddy. I'm gonna be getting in with Waddy and the Exploited.
Are you going to be
And,
born
like,
there?
It's a time machine. A pretty
Yeah,
well-known
that's right.
semi-well-known fact about the Exploited is they've never had the same lineup twice on any release. They've never had the same band lineup twice. So there's plenty of members that I can just fit in there and rotate.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have to go and replace Johnny Blitz like this little son of a bitch over here is. I can just weave my way in there and get on some of the good releases. But I have an Exploited tattoo, of course, very cliche. But I was thinking, I always identify more with early Exploited. But dude, every now and then I'll go down this hole with like, later Exploited, as in like fuck the system and beat the bastards, like stuff from when I was in school.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I was listening to it a lot this past 2 weeks, and we never realized this. You kind of said it. Kind of one-sided. One-sided kind of has
Yes,
a late Exploited.
Definitely. 100%.
They
Agree.
all-
Except Chris's voice is
Yeah,
higher.
not the voice, the music.
It's just higher. Yeah.
We don't have double
It-
bass.
it's-
Late Exploited has a lot of
but-
double bass, but short of
But
that.
it's as it sounds like as like a hard like core as like
Yeah, it's because we're like
Do you know what I
we're like
mean? It's,
hardcore punk.
yeah,
Because we wouldn't even like call ourselves like chaos punk or street punk. More just like
No.
hardcore punk.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how we got the split coming out with the Parasitics. You can order it at PoGoCity.shop.
English, motherfucker, do you speak?
No, but you guys can also come out in March, catch the return of One-Sided and Parasitics. We were taking the winner off both bands, but we'll be playing in, Scranton or something like that. Of course, it's cut out.
Scrantonicity.
Of course, it's cut out of the flyer, but it's March 26th, and
Oh,
doors
that's
are at
hard
6
to read.
p.m. It's 18 to enter, 21 to drink on the Keystone Stage, 125 West Lackawanna Avenue, and that's in Pennsylvania, and I can't make out the town because it's half cut out, but it's 125 West Lackawanna Avenue, Keystone Stage. Google it, catch the Parasitics, One-Sided, March 26th. Also, Wife Swap, Christ Chopper, and Suburban Downgrade. Now, Rob from Dead End Generation Design actually setting up this show. It's at a new spot. At least I believe he was telling me about it. I'm pretty sure it's a new spot. This is the first gig there. If it's not the first gig there, it's the first punk gig there. You know what I mean? And hopefully this will be a regular thing. There used to be, and probably still is, but there used to be a real nice scene over in Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. So hopefully them kids will come out, support. I know Rob. He's in those gutters of Scranton.
Yeah, I know. He knows the people there.
People love the Parasitics. Remember, hopefully they'll have their new full-length No End in Sight. Violated Records, Pat from Violent Society putting it out. And then they'll have two new tracks you've never heard before from the Parasitics on the PoGo City release. That's going to be on splattered vinyl, by the way. Pink